guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Bernadette, and I talk about all things fashion, history, film and fashion. I've done cosplay in the past, I've done short films, I do vintage videos as well. So feel free to go through my videos, have a look and check them out. So as you can tell by the title of today, we're going to be talking about the Australian Fashion Week 2023. Now, I wasn't able to go this year. I cry. I really would love to go again. I haven't been in so long, like years. There are a lot of new designers out this year. There's, I guess, main houses as well. And I guess not many people really focus on Australian Fashion Week, unfortunately, when it comes to Fashion Week. Countries that have their own Fashion Week, and it'll be great to just, I guess, see their own style and see what's popular in that country, the trends that are going on in that country itself. As you can tell by my accent, yes, mate, I am Australian. I will be talking about Australian Fashion Week. We'll only be covering 3 designers this time, just because there are a large array of them and there are many. And a really nice, exciting one at the end. Like, we've made an innovative moment finally this year, which honestly is so long overdue, but a good surprise at the end. So if you're willing to stay to the end, yeah, something really good happened with Australian Fashion Week that was just like revolutionary. It took so long. So stay tuned and check out Australian Fashion Week 2023 with me.
Fashion is a lifestyle.
Okay, so we're going to start off with the most popular fashion house and fashion brand in Australia called AGE, A-J-E.
Let's get glam.
I think it's pronounced AG or AG. Everyone says it differently. I just call it AG. But their their style is very classic, very minimal and very seamless. I'm talking like roaming down on the beach or going along the boardwalk, going I guess in the beach for a little bit, having I guess brunch by the sea is definitely the kind of style they do. Garden teas and garden afternoons, I guess chilling out in the afternoon during the summer. It's very easy, very breezy, very, very functional. And I think that's why a lot of people like it. It's very versatile as well. So they're very like pieces that you can layer up or switch up or pair. So it's very, comes together, I guess, in that kind of way. This is their resort collection for 2024. So it is going to be very summer, very breezy. Unfortunately, it's winter here right now, so that sucks. But there's so many pieces that I would love to see people wear, and I guess you can wear during the summer. So here are just some notes I'm going to go through. As previous videos, I'm going to have clips playing around somewhere. Okay, exciting new way to start off the collection. We have Gemma Ward, who came back onto the runways again. I saw her in 2 different shows. She was also in Q as well, if anyone picked that up. Also Isabel Lucas. Yeah, she was also in it too, which is really nice, surprising to see those 2 kind of go back to their modeling roots. So Gemma Ward actually opened the show, which was great, in this beautiful white dress. It was kind of like the bottom half I thought was tulle because of the way that it moved. Surprise, surprise not, I looked at it a bit closer. It's actually, I think, chiffon, a very lightweight fabric. I'm not sure if it's exactly chiffon, but it was a very lightweight fabric, and just laid on top. It was so beautiful. It was so breathtaking. I literally thought it was a tulle dress, and it had me fooled. So the fabric manipulation there was just absolutely amazing. Really, really loved it. The whole collection was very beautiful. I guess, like I said before, very seamless, very clean, and a very tailored collection. If you look at every little detail, it's just a pristine perfection, not a stitch out, not a stitch away. There was also this set, which was a denim set. It was a t-shirt and pants that seemed very effortless. Very, very effortless, very like street style in a very comfortable way. I could see someone wearing it in the office or just hanging out with friends. It was just super nice and just a nice casual kind of look. I feel like a lot of the garments shown in this collection were also very nice casual styles, very just relaxed, very breezy, very like just chilling out, very everyday, which was really cool. Again, that's my favorite piece. I really did like that a lot. Like, I could see myself wearing that. So nice. Black dress, which was a mini kind of black dress with flowers as an accent on the left shoulder, which was very interesting because I guess accents can be a bit too much sometimes, or it could just feel kind of heavy or I guess outweighing. But again, I like the way they styled it. I like the way they paired it. The model looked great in it. And again, I can see a lot of Instagram kind of girlies wearing this look to occasions. So I feel like keep an eye on for that. A pink top and a skirt with the fabric manipulation. It looked like a flower, which was really interesting. I remember it now. And it was kind of like sticking out and laid on top. Like I said, the fabric manipulation textile design was really nice to see in this collection a lot. I really liked it. It wasn't like wow. But again, in that kind of like clean and effortless sort of way, it was very nice. It was very like put together without trying type of thing. I like the top half of it. I feel like maybe the bottom half was nice, but it could have been a bit more extra, if that makes sense. But I do have to remember it is a resort collection, so it's more about feeling relaxed and feeling comfortable. Like I said, very functional collection. Very functional collection. Like I could see so many scenes with these garments in certain situations and environments. It's just very practical, which was really good. And also very lightweight, a lot of it, which was really nice. Also a light yellow maxi dress with ruffles on the top and gold earrings. I think this was actually my favorite one, just because of how like easy it seemed. And I guess some people might not like it if you like minimal stuff, but I guess it wasn't so minimal in a way that it was boring. It was minimal in a way in which it was practical. And I think the earrings is what kind of saved it. The gold earrings to some of the outfits was just a nice touch, like a nice cherry on top. Very, just to complete the whole thing, very nice. You can wear it with sneakers. Like, I mean, you can wear it with anything. It's very versatile, which I really liked. This interesting set. It was a white set, I remember, with flower. It was a white set with flower embroideries on the left-hand side. So for you guys, because it's reflected, will be on this side. And I noticed when the model was walking past and it zoomed in a bit closer, there was like these gold tassels kind of hanging from the embroidery on the denim white shirt, which was very interesting because you don't really pay attention and you don't really see it until it zooms in closer. So there's very much a nice little touch to the whole thing to complete everything to go with it. So it was a all white ensemble casual, similar to that all denim one as well, but just had a bit more elements to it with the embroidery that had lots of color in it and like these little gold tassels, which I think is interesting because when the light shines on it, you'll just see this little bing bing, but it's not sequins, it's like a tassel. So I think it's really interesting. It's very small, like very tiny, and it worked quite well actually. It surprised me. The last one, it closed the show. It was this beautiful green, like a, I'm not gonna say mauve, it's like a deep dark moss green is a good one, like a moss green. That was a maxi dress. It was very simple. It was just like one long maxi dress. For me, I think it was the cut and the color that just closed it so nicely, very nicely. It was very elegant. It looked like satin, but I'm not quite sure, to be honest. Like I said, I'm not quite sure the material, but it matched perfectly in tying up with Gemma Ward's look in the beginning, but also reminded me of the yellow maxi dress with the ruffles. So it just, if you put those three together next to side by side, I feel like they would be like cousins to each other and would just complete each other. Just those three itself, those three garments would just, those three looks would just complete itself. Like, I really like it. And I really like the color scheme. Oh, the color scheme throughout this collection for resort, or I guess Australian style, it makes sense and it's very fitting. And I haven't really seen like AG's collection and style and brand before, so I guess I can kind of see the influence from there. And again, I really loved it. It is very functional, very versatile, very effortless. It's very like clean cut, like the material and the fabric quality is amazing. Fabric manipulation, I wish they add a bit more of that because I feel like we only got to see snippets of it. So it'd be interesting to see how they could incorporate that more, especially in like more garments like jackets or like cardigans or more dresses and skirts, I guess. But it's more about being like put together like effortlessly without really trying. So I really did like that a lot. That was AG. So we're done with AG. Again, very elegant, flowy, functional, practical, versatile collection. And now we're going to move on to Injury, which was like really up my alley. I loved it so much. Now we're going to be talking about Injury.
Let's get glam.
Now, I have never heard of Injury either. This is my first time seeing their collection and the whole brand. Apparently they did most of their work digitally and have their collection displayed digitally, more like, I guess, NFTs. What was the other thing they did? Everything was basically more online. This was their first physical kind of show, especially at Australian Fashion Week. And let me tell you, Injury is a brand that like people need to just get on it, because their style screams, it has that edge that Diesel has. Like, I can't describe it, it's a feeling. It's like that edge that Diesel has, and it's just like got a mixture of something more. And I really think and I really hope more people can pick up on Injury, because I love their style. I love it. It's got that Vivienne Westwood punk, not in that clean cut way, but again, very now. This brand is very now. The style, the material they use, very now. I can see the demographic, I can see the market, I can see the audience. And there's so many clothes I wish I, like, even just clothes, but pieces from it, I really wish I had. Like, I really wish I could have it. It's very reminiscent to me of my childhood and like the punk pop scene I used to see growing up in like early noughties. Like, I would see that punk pop scene and the particular tech influence from there. This brand captures it perfectly, and it reminds me so much of it. And I just love the style that they have and the way they put things together. And the little animated visual, the 3D animated visual they have in the beginning was really interesting. Like, I, to be honest, wish it didn't go for as long. I would have loved to see more garments, but I guess it was a good way to introduce the brand to people, considering this is their first physical show, so it makes sense. I guess basically introduced, this is the brand, this is what we're about, this is the vibe, this is the aesthetic, this is the color scheme, this is the music, this is the kind of thing, the ambience, this is what you're going to expect. So here you go. And then they show the clothes. So I guess in a way it makes sense. They have gotten awards for their animated films as well, so nice. I guess it's very in now with the whole AI as well, and how technology is influencing fashion a lot more recently. So I'm really interested to see, like, they're very, like, people go watch out for them. Like, I can see them progressing so much further than Australian Fashion Week. So much further. Now, the first outfit was already like captivating my eye. When the second outfit came out, oh my god, I want it. Head to toe. I want the dress, I want the boots, I want the hairstyle, I want all of it. Oh my god, I loved it. I literally thought she was wearing, you know, those 90s headphones, they're like a bit small, like early 2000s, and then we were really pushing like tech and stuff, and like those little small headphones came out. I thought she was wearing that, and then the camera got closer and we figured out that she wasn't actually wearing headphones. I wish she was wearing headphones. I really wish she was wearing headphones. I was like, that would have completed the whole look, would have set the vibe. It really gave street style energy as well. Like, but it doesn't matter because I love that second dress. I love it so much. I think all it's missing is just headphones. That's it, just to complete that vibe. I mean, that's the vibe that I had in my head, but like, I really love that dress. I really love that dress. I love it so much. There was also this top. It was like a bodice. It was like a hardware textile kind of manipulation, and it was made out of like leather eyelets or like throughout it, and it was kind of like wrapped on top of each other and like layered on top. I really love that too. It was so interesting and like made the whole thing a bit more different, I guess. It wasn't just the same kind of materials being used, so I really liked it. It was really badass. Like, not gonna lie, if I can say that. Also, this red blue color scheme mixture sheer dress that was maxi and had long sleeves, and then they were wearing these like big chunky red boots with it. I want it so badly. I love the way they mix colors on the textiles and the prints they use for the dresses. It was nice. I think it was the color scheme that also really captivated, and the prints on the dresses, on the garments, that really captivated like that grunge vibe. I'm not sure necessarily if it's punk, but it did remind me of it, and that tech punk style. It's a particular moment, and I just love it. I love it so much. A lot of the designs, I wish I designed it because it was so good. Very a particular style which I liked. Menswear collection. I mean, the collection. Also, the menswear in this collection was very, very interesting. It was very strikingly different, I guess, from other sort of menswear in collections. And I don't know why, but it reminds me a lot of Alexander McQueen. I don't know why. Like his early pieces, they were a bit more androgynous and just had a bit more of this. It's a particular style. It's like pinpointing something. It just reminded me so much of it, and I don't know why. Like Alexander McQueen, I don't know why the menswear clothing in this collection remind me of him. I mean, it's a good thing, I guess. I guess they probably got inspired from him and I guess previous designers in that era, but really nice. It just tied everything really. So a black dress with chiffon sleeves and neon yellow boots with green beige print on it, which I found very interesting. The green beige print, the color scheme, like I said, it's interesting because it works. It makes it look really tough but still feminine. It makes it look really modern, I guess, because of the material they use. Like I could see some of this being used in Euphoria, I'm not gonna lie. Very interesting how they did it. It was a hooded maxi dress and it was a body screen print, which we've seen before, where they print like a body image on the dress, so it's like sitting on the body like a see-through type of thing. Look, I get it. And it reminded me a lot of the 90s because I feel like that's when it became more popular and more people started to use that body print thing. We have seen it a couple years back as well, and I liked the way they did it. And like it didn't feel too much overdone, like, oh, we've seen it. It's still, like I said, this aesthetic, this kind of collection and vibe they try to push through their branding, their style. Like you can see it. It's very, very authentic. It's very there. It's very here. It's very now. Oh, sorry, this is the one. Sorry, this is the one I thought she was wearing headphones. I thought she was wearing headphones with this one, but she wasn't. This was the one, sorry. Like I said, it would have suited it as well really nicely. It would have tied everything in. And I did like it. I really did like it. So this collection is completely 360 from AG, completely different from the other one. More grunge, more rock, more punk, more edgy, more alternative. So if you like that kind of style and you're looking for something new but still very present, I would highly recommend looking at Injury's collection, the website. I did like the clothes. I did have a look on their site afterwards. I wish they had more of the collection on there, which sucks. It was only a little bit, but like I said, I really did like it. I like the whole aesthetic, I guess. So that is Injury done. Now let's move on to the last one, which is NGALI, if I'm pleased, hopefully I'm pronouncing it properly. NGALI Resort 2024, which was like, I'm long overdue. Long overdue.
Let's get glam.
Now, NGALI is very, very important because it is the first Indigenous solo show in Australian Fashion Week, like ever. Which is really annoying to say because it should have happened many, many years ago. But it was so amazing to finally see, I guess, their Aboriginal artwork, their ideas, their designs, their culture and tradition displayed on Australian Fashion Week. Like you'd think they'd be headlining it every week, or like every season, every year at least. But it's about damn time, really. It's about damn time. See, I guess it's revolutionary, especially for Australian Fashion Week. It is extremely revolutionary and long overdue. I was really eager to see the whole collection visually, and that was honestly the most frustrating thing, is I could not find a video of the collection anywhere. All I could see was articles about it. I could see photos about it. I could see, I guess, behind the scenes of it, like photo garments and whatnot, and research and articles, but I could not find the video collection anywhere. And I guess for majority of the shows in Australian Fashion Week this year, I couldn't find any of like a lot of the videos of the designs, which is so frustrating compared to other fashion weeks because they've got videos of collections of like even small designers, and you couldn't only find like 2 or 3 maybe from Australian Fashion Week, and probably like the biggest ones only. So it was really frustrating that I couldn't find a video because I wanted to show snippets and show the dresses and the garments in motion, and I couldn't do that, which is so frustrating. So I do apologize. Hopefully by the time this is uploaded, there is a video out there and I can link it somewhere. And if I can't find it, I'm sorry. All I have is images and just photos that I can put up. But that was really frustrating. And I was looking and looking and looking and looking, and I'm just like, where is this? So if someone does know a video of the collection somewhere, please let me know down below. I would appreciate it so much, because it's like looking for a needle in a haystack. It was just ridiculous. I was like, fine, we're just gonna have to use photos, which is so annoying because I wanted to see the garments in motion considering the fabrics they use. So like I said, it's Australia's first Indigenous solo show. I was really happy that you got to see, I guess, traditional patterns and styles and prints of, I guess Aboriginal culture, as well as like native flora and fauna used throughout the garment, which was like, I guess, a nice introduction, especially to those who don't know much about Australia's native habitat and Aboriginal culture. I love Aboriginal art, to be honest. I love the dotting, and I just like have such an appreciation for it, because the amount of patience you need to do that, to spend hours doing it. I love seeing it growing up in like galleries and everything, and during like school excursions. That's the word I'm looking for. So it was really nice to see those prints being transferred onto actual physical garments. The textile design and the prints, I really, really liked it. I think for me, mainly the only concern was just the mixture of those prints, and I could be wrong, because it could be part of like, I guess, traditional clothing, I guess their style of it. So forgive me if that's part of it traditionally, but I just didn't really like that much on how they mixed not all the prints, some prints, and I guess the style of the garments, like the cuts and everything. Palettes, just because some were overpowering more over the other, some weren't as vibrant or just weren't mixing together, if that makes sense. I did like that, the bird accent on the middle of the skirt. I wish we could see more of that, because I feel like there's a direction, right? And you want to make sure you're being true and authentic, and also respectful to the Aboriginal culture and traditions, and I guess their techniques and their prints, and I guess their whole background, you know. So I understand where they're coming from as well. And it's also a bit of a tricky line, because you've also got the creative freedom of fashion itself as well, and you want to display the garments in like a practical way, and also like being traditional, like this is our culture, so you want to be respectful about it too. But like I said, there was elements where just like you can see the potential in it. Like you can see a lot of the garments on its own or with certain other pieces, and it's just like I don't know how to describe it. It's like reaching out to something where you can kind of see the direction in which this brand can go, and it can go really big. I'm talking about this brand could be as big as Zimmerman in its own sort of way, and still representing the Aboriginal culture and tradition through art as well. I can see it, and it's just like not really hitting it yet, but there's like glimpses of it, and you can see just how big it can be depending on how the garments are styled and work together. I really liked a lot. It's just the mixing it together, some were just not really it for me. I really did love the mixture of blues with the neck and the back. I really, really, really did like that. I'll leave the photo here somewhere. There was a mixture of blue prints and color schemes on it. It just nice. You know what I mean? It just nice, but just the way it was paired with something else just didn't really work. And shade of baby blue button up top, and the pants, I really like that a lot. I actually can see that so much. It's very practical, very functional. It was very true to, I guess, if this was a resort collection, it's very, very true to resort, flowy, freedom, functional, practical, like, and still keeping, I guess, the Aboriginal art and print and like those aspects still intact. I really like that whole thing. Like if they kept going in that direction, like it can work, you know what I mean? Like there's elements, you know what I mean? To see some of these prints as gowns or dresses, especially look 19, which was a print with a mixture of a navy blue, black and grey. I wish some of these were just like long, flowy, maxi dresses with like a scarf or like something else that can go with it that's just flowy and that print is just there, because I feel like there's pieces of it but it's kind of being held back into like pants and t-shirts and everything and whatnot. And I guess that's more practical, but then when I think resort as well, it's still, I don't know, I just feel like the prints and all that could have been used to so much more. Like I feel like it was kind of limited to smaller pieces. I just, yeah, I could see these as like long gowns and like, oh, the potential is there. The potential is so there. I love the white dress with the grey, black and white draped on top with the necklace, and then the necklace ties everything so beautifully. I loved it. I really did love the white. I love the white dress so much. I did like it a lot. I love the blue maxi skirt with the bird accent, like I said, on the center. It just, if we had something to match that to the top half of it, it just, yeah, like take home. You know what I mean? Like it's just something like, it was so nice elements, and I'm so proud and so happy that this collection is finally getting, I mean, it's just the start, so it's just the beginning. I'm excited to see the next collection as well, because there's elements there that are so strong and so, like, the brand identity is so there, but it's just being mixed, not in the correct, I guess, in my opinion, a visually engaging way. And I guess if you're thinking about a customer who's going to wear this on the street to a certain function, to a certain event, I'm seeing a lot of it as separate pieces and not together as a whole. Again, that's just my opinion, but again, I did love the prints and I did love the accents, so the actual artwork pieces there I do love. I just feel like utilize it more in bigger pieces. Like make a nice dress, maxi floor, gown. You can even do bags as well, printed bags to go with it. Like it's just the whole thing, just like to utilize it a bit more. So like I just said, a lot of individual pieces I like, but I feel like when it's put together, it wasn't really working. So I'm talking about mixing color schemes that were really heavy on the top and then light on the bottom. I guess the silhouette was just kind of off for me a little bit. But the prints and the textile itself and the patterns itself, it's just, I love it a lot. I can see the brand image come through. It's just the way they've been styled and the way they've been mixed. It could just be so much more wow. Like this is a strong brand, this is a strong collection, this is our first show, like this is it. I just feel like they held back just a little bit the way it was paired together. So I really am looking forward to their future collections. I'm so excited because I can see in my head how big they can be. I can see like different styles they can have, and I guess thinking more about the customers and where they could be wearing this, and thinking more about the clothes in an environment than not so just like putting it together. Like it can be so strong and can create such a strong Australian identity for, I guess, Australian Fashion Week, for the world in general, and having this brand could be as big as an event. So fingers crossed for future for this brand, because I have faith in it, and as the first Indigenous solo show in Australian Fashion Week is so exciting. It really is so exciting. I'm so excited because Aboriginal art, Aboriginal textile design is just immaculate, and I hope the rest of the world gets to see it for its great value and the way it can wonderfully be done. Like, you know what I mean? So just, I hope, yeah. NGALI, and I really hope I am saying it correctly, and I really hope I didn't offend anyone. If I did misplace something, if there's a reason why a garment was styled a particular way, please correct me down below. I'm free to learn something new. I am open to learning something new, especially if it's traditional clothing and whatnot. So feel free to let me know down below if it's styled a particular way because of a particular tradition. So again, this is my own personal opinions about what I think, but again, I do think the brand could be elevated. Like it's on a good path. I just feel like it could be a little bit more, you know what I mean? So that is it for Australian Fashion Week. Thank you so much guys for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Let me know down below, I guess, what your favorite out of the three, whose collection was your favorite, which brand that you like, is there particular pieces that you liked, are there styles that you like, do you like Australian Fashion Week? This is just a snippet of it, by the way, it's extremely massive. Is it, I guess, an area that you think could be improved more? Is there styles that you think are captivating or repetitive? Let me know down below. I would love to know your opinions too. Also, don't forget to feel free to share amongst your fashion girlies so we have a place to talk about these kind of things. And I look forward to seeing you in my next video, which is going to be very, very pink. So I'll see you then. Thank you so much. Bye.